bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? I think they done break, but it don't give me no break. Everybody, I'm gonna give me no break. Hey, hey, bad boy. Hello there, I'm Scotty. You're not. Bad Boys Ride or Die. I'm catching up on some movies that I need to catch up on. So I thought I'd finally check this out. I think I haven't bought this last month, but Bad Boys Ride or Die, the fourth film in the Bad Boys franchise that now consists of 4 movies and a TV show that did not last very long. If you're not caught up to how I feel about this franchise, I really like the first one. Not a fan of the second one. I like the third one. And with this one, I liked it too. It's directed by the same people who did the last one. And I'll tell you what, I probably should have rewatched the third one before watching this. Because there were a few things that I didn't remember. I had to skim through Wikipedia on the third one to remember some stuff. Like I forgot all about Mike's son. I forgot about the death of the captain. I'm like, did this happen in the last one? It is. But it's 3 years after the events, or 4 years after the events, because that was 2020, this is 2024. Sometimes when you take along, see, some people are arguing that when, Agatha along came out, people are saying, oh, they took too long. I'm one of those too. They took so long and people don't really remember. And they're like, well, maybe they need to take a long time so that they can, iron things out. That's true. But the case in point with this and with Agatha at some point, some people forgot that because you have to rewatch a 9-episode TV series to get ready for a 9-episode TV series, plus a movie in between. Multiverse of Madness, you might want to watch that too. But to know that Wanda is dead. She's dead. She's never come back. She's dead. Let it go. Dead. Pardon me. Anyway, I will stand on that island alone, proudly, that she is dead. Anyway, to kind of catch up on things, it's revealed in the last film that Mike had a son with a Hispanic woman. He's a criminal. He's locked away in jail. He killed the captain, Jolie Pants, and now we have a new female captain, Rita, who is an ex-girlfriend of Mike's. Now here we are. They are north of 50. Still cops, apparently. I did like this opening scene. So little plot run for you. A story comes out that the former captain, the now dead captain, was involved in some drug stuff. And so Mike and Marcus decide they have to try to clear their former captain's name. They receive secret messages telling them that they can't trust anyone. There's people within the department. Although it only specifically ends up being one guy. Really? I don't remember anyone else being, because I think what they were trying to do is make you think Rita was crooked. But I was on to this motherfucker the entire time. Pardon my French. Young Gruffudd. As soon as he popped on screen, I went, I don't like him. There's something about him. I don't like this guy. There's something about this guy. My Scotty sense was tingling about this guy. There's something not right with this dude. So, yeah. Spoiler alert. It is him. He is in on it. It's him. They try to make you think it's Rita because after Mike calls her and tells her they know who it is, his son pointed him out, looks like she's tagging someone, so you think, oh, it's going to be her. But, no, it's her boyfriend there, Mr. Boyfriend guy, district attorney running for mayor guy. Which, by the way, that plotline was stolen from The Dark Knight. They don't really go too far with it. But, yeah, another thing about this movie that is a little iffy for me is that what happened to the gritty police film? Like, it has one of my favorite plot lines in police films, corrupt cops. and you can't trust anyone. I like that. I've seen that in many films, maybe a little overdone, but I kind of like that. But they added stuff in this that is just so. Marcus, for those of you who don't know, that is. I gotta think of his name. What the hell's your name, man? Martin Lawrence's character. I couldn't think of his name. He's older, he's got cholesterol problems. He ends up having a heart attack, a mild heart attack. Ends up in a coma in the hospital. While he's in a coma, he has a coma dream about his former captain telling him it is not your time. And he comes back, and now he seems to think he cannot die. He even stands on the roof of the hospital. He walks in traffic. He believes he cannot die. And somehow he can also see past lives because, and unfortunately this is important to the home video release version, so I have to say this. He claims that he saw a past life where he and Mike were together, friends, but like compatriots, compadres. But Mike was a burro, a donkey. And I don't know why they added that. It's too weird. They added this stuff. I did think some of the comedy line, like this first scene where they are late for something, but Marcus's stomach is messed up. And maybe this was telling of his heart attack. He said he was feeling sick or something. He needed to get some ginger ale. But he goes in, he gets a ginger ale, and then he... by the way, a little topic of ginger ale. I used to think ginger ale was nasty growing up. The one that we had, like the Shasta one or whatever it was growing up, was kind of But then Canada Dry came along and changed all that, man. Because when I was sick, my grandma's like, here, have a ginger ale. Not Sprite. She would give us ginger ale. My mom gave us Sprite. Don't drink Sierra Mist or whatever it's called now. Sorry. That stuff, I tried out when I was sick. That made my stomach worse, man. I don't know what it was. You get like gut rot, whatever it's called. Sprite's the one. 7-Up is good too. But like, you drink ginger. Ginger ale would be fine too. But like the stuff growing up with the Shasta stuff, that stuff was nasty. Till Canada Dry came along. But I'm just ginger ale. He goes in there, and then I ended up having hot dogs for supper because he did this. He's like, ooh, give me that hot dog right there. The big one, that one. I put some relish and mustard on it. I like mustard. Not a fan of relish so much anymore. When I was younger, yeah, but not so much. And then I did like this guy comes in, give me the money in the cash register. He's like, oh, come on, man. I got 13 seconds to get out there. Or 13, they said 13 minutes, but then Mike comes in. And there's this guy holding his partner at gunpoint, and he's like, Marco said, those Skittles. And there's this whole conversation, and they just end up arresting this guy anyway. And then it ends up that they are running late for Mike's wedding to this new woman, Teresa. Or not Teresa. Teresa? That's his wife's name. That's Mark's wife. No, it is Teresa. Teresa, whatever. And so yeah, and this is when he has his heart attack. And then it's after this, a few months later, that this comes out. We already meet our villain at the beginning of the movie, played by Eric Dane. And if I have one complaint, it's that I felt like they could do more with him, but they focus more on. They focus more on They focus on the corrupt cop stuff more than him. He is kind of pushed to the side and pops up here and there throughout the film, and is only a real threat at the end of the film. It's not really much of anything. He's not really around our main characters until the end of the movie. Not really. He established new characters. I don't think we were in the last one. There is Judy, the captain's daughter, who is a U.S. Marshal. And then there is also the captain's granddaughter, Callie, who are both at the wedding. And both are important to the story. But then the news breaks that the former captain was involved with some drug stuff. This is leaked by Eric Dane's character McGrath. It's all fake. So Marcus and Mike decide they have to try to clear the captain's name. So they go to see Armando. If you don't remember who Armando is, then I'm going to refresh you. That is Mike's son from the last one. Yeah, that's why I was like, his son? What? And that's why I look at him like, oh, right. I forgot. I only saw that movie once. Yet, a movie I don't like, I can remember the line, shit just got real, from the second one, because that is from the scene where Michael Bay just goes round and around and around with the goddamn camera. That is so much style over substance in that movie. It's beyond. Anyway, so they go to Armando. He says that he can ID the person. No, he doesn't know his name conveniently, and no, he's not lying. He does know who it is. He doesn't know his name. He can ID him, and when he goes to tell Rita that, Judy shows up and is like, "No, it's my job to do this, do that, blah 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 blah," and so they decide to organize Armando to go to a safe house so that McGrath's men won't come after him. Well, McGrath's men come in there disguised as agents, and they frame Mike and Marcus for taking over the plane and crashing it. So now they're fugitives along with Armando. Even though Rita doesn't fully believe it, they kind of have to go with it, and Judy is gonna hunt them down. Again, I feel like they're trying too hard to make us think that people are corrupt. Like, you think Judy might be in on it. Why she would want to frame her dad, I don't know, but they kind of go too hard on her. I don't know. And again, they go more into hinting at stuff than they actually do have people who are in on it. Because, like I said, it's only Ian Grafad's character that ends up being in on it. You know. So, Mike and Marcus go to the only people that can help. Kelly and Dorn. Again, if you don't know who that is, that's Vanessa Hudgens and Alexander Ludwig, who are in a relationship. And it's really of no consequence that they're in a relationship because it's brought up and dropped as quickly, just as quickly as it's dropped just as quickly as it's brought up. He's like, we're in a relationship. We've had it, and it feels so good to get it out. And they're like, man, shut the fuck up, whatever. So yeah, then they get to working together. They don't trust Armando, but of course they don't. He's a criminal, a murderer. Yeah, but so they go through files and they finally ID McGrath, and this is where shit gets real. Because Mike calls Rita, and as soon as that happens, right away, McGrath moves in on the families. And this is where I want to introduce you to the baddest motherfucker on the planet. His name is Reggie. He's a U.S. Marine, and he's the son-in-law of one Marcus Lowry. Mike Lowry. Marcus, whatever his last name is. Lowry's Mike's last name. Marcus, is it on the back of the thing? No, it just says the Bad Boys. I can't think of Marcus's last name. Sorry. But this dude. God damn. So, what happened was, I was looking for something for supper at this point. Kind of leading towards the hot dogs. But I was like, what am I going to have? And I'm looking around. This scene happens, and I just stood there the whole time watching this. I didn't sit back down. I just stood there the whole time watching. This dude kills 15 people while defending his family. The whole time, Mike is trying to call his wife, and they don't ever really like she wasn't able to get to the phone on time. But after After Reggie kills these people, defends the family, then we go to Christine. That's Mike's wife. There's a knock on the door, and Callie is there. Only to say that her mom is going after them, which we already knew. But she's only there so that McGrath can show up and hold them both as hostage. But again, there really is no consequence to Callie being captured. Because this is where they're like, okay, we need to figure out what to do. We need to go in and we need to save them. No one thinks of calling Judy to say, hey, we know the guy who's behind this. And guess what? He's got your fucking daughter. Nope. She shows up like after everything is pretty much done. I don't know. But excuse me. Yeah, so they go in there. One guy catches Armando because he's underneath the dock. So he looks down. And Armando kills him. At one point, Ian Grafad tries to betray them, and he gets knocked out and knocked off into the water and eaten by a crocodile that they talked about earlier. There's a crocodile there. It all ends. There's a shootout. It shoots out and everything. It all ends with Marcus being caught. So Marcus finds the tree or whatever it is from his coma dream where the captain came to talk to him. And immediately gets captured by McGrath, who also has Christine now. And then Mike shows up and he's like, well, I have 2 hostages. He goes, yeah, well, I got news for you. One of them can't die. And Marcus is like, the fuck you talking about? You better think of this, Mike. And he shoots him in the bulletproof vest. And then just shoots the hell out of McGrath. Ending with shooting him in the head. It's like a ghost face kill. Head! Dewey, shoot him in the head! Boom! Yeah, just dead. During the whole fight sequence, Armando saved Callie. And they are hiding out when the mom finds them. And Callie takes way too long to tell her that he saved her life. So she allows him to go free. So that's a cliffhanger for the next one, I guess. And if it's one thing I want to talk about with this Armando character is that why is it in movies we gotta have where we have the stone cold killer in one movie and in the next movie he's gotta be redeemed? Like this guy, I understand he's Mike's son, but like he killed the captain. He killed Judy's dad. He or was it his mom? One of the two. Apparently it was McGrath who ordered the killing, so they're trying to make him the actual bad guy instead of Armando. Now he's out there somewhere. The cops are looking for him. Who knows? And we get the news thing. They're all exonerated. Armando's still in the wind. They're looking for him. Blah, blah, blah. And then we have a family cookout where Reggie just wants to cook his chicken. They're like, no, Reggie, no, you go. And then they have a conversation like, this dude killed 15 people to protect my family. He's like, no, you gotta hold it up. You gotta, I'll do one side, you do one side. No, come on, man. Marcus, you gotta do something. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna let this motherfucker cook his chicken. And then he just kind of looked at me. He's giving me a look. You know what? I'm gonna make the potato salad. I'm gonna go help set the table. You cook your chicken, and it kind of like ends with closing in on Reggie smiling. We go to credits. They do the Bad Boys thing just before. I do like this shot because they're standing. It's like a Fast and Furious shot with standing overlooking the city with the sun coming up or whatever. And they do. And Marcus starts instigating it. Bad boys. Nuh-uh. Come on. Bad boys. What you gonna do? Dick-a-don, bricky. Alright, that's enough. But yeah. And then there is the exclusive post-credit scene. Now, I wasn't expecting much. I knew it couldn't be anything connecting to another one, or else they would have had it in the movie in the theaters. But I rolled my eyes so far back. It almost as much as that "oh bother" line, but it didn't fall out my ass. They just kind of rolled back a little bit into my stomach, popped back up. I told you that line earlier that Marcus says about in a past life you were a donkey. Well, it goes through the credits. You get the 100 years of Columbia Pictures thing, and then it rewinds all the way through and even farther back to show you that past life where they are walking, and it's him and the donkey. And why? I don't even know. I wonder if this was actually supposed to be in his coma dream thing. You were supposed to see it, but they cut it because it wasn't going to fit into the film in any way. It didn't work, and so they just had that line. But then they were like, "Oh, let's put it on here, and we'll put it at the end of the movie by this little rewind effect, and we'll say there's an exclusive post-credit scene. That way, more people can buy this movie, thinking there's going to be something special at the end, only to see Martin Lawrence and a donkey walking on a beach in Mexico." I'm going to give it a pretty good, because I enjoyed it. How would I rank it? Well, still 2 is still at the bottom, and honestly, I would put maybe 3 and 4 are interchangeable because I haven't seen 3 in a while. They're both in the middle. I don't know which one's first, but they're both in the middle, and 1 is still the best for me. But yeah, this was a fun watch. I don't get the hate. Some people are hitting on it, and I don't understand. Maybe it's the goofiness, and like I said, I do have an issue with that, but I don't know. So, what are your thoughts on Bad Boys Ride or Die? By the way, when they announced that there was going to be a 4th one, I said, even when I was reviewing the 3rd one, I said, shouldn't Bad Boys for Life be the name of the 4th one? And they announced the 4th one, and I'm like, well, they probably should have saved that title for this one. And even Will Smith himself has said, you know what? We probably should have called this one Bad Boys for Life and call the other one, that one should have been Ride or Die or something. You know what? I'm fine. I'd say I would like one more movie to finish this up. We have a little cliffhanger with Armando and what's going on. We need one more movie to finish this up and then let them retire. And when I mean retire, I mean let them go into retirement with their families. Don't do this big to-do where they both die in a shootout, saving people's lives. No. I would like them to have one last case where they finish things up and then they both retire. Marcus was supposed to retire in the last one, you remember? Anyway, thank you for watching. What are your thoughts? I'm Bad Boys Ride or Die. Let me comment so much you like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.